Doug Pederson, the embattled head coach of the Jacksonville football team after an absolute gutless performance by his team against the Motor City Kitties there, losing 52-6, allowing 7 straight touchdown drives by Detroit, 645 yards of offense. Mind-blowing ineptitude. Historical suck, the Jacksonville football team. The worst loss in franchise history. So if you didn't hear what happened, and maybe you missed it, the answer, the N-word. Nothing. Not that N-word. Nothing happened. It was business as usual for Doug Pederson. He was not let go. He conducted his normal day-after-game news conference and said all the right things, that he was having, going to meet with some of the coaches, and they were going to go over some things, and there might be some staff changes there. He said he had, at that time, no scheduled meeting with the con man, Shad Khan, the owner of the Jacksonville football team. So standard operating procedure, conducting team meetings and dismissing players in the afternoon there. The Jaguars, Jacksonville, on their bye week. So they've, of course, been on their bye week for a while there. The latest in franchise history. I know you're a historian of the Jacksonville Jags. So let us discuss this guy that happened to be the coach in Philly when they won the Super Bowl, and he's hanging on by a thread. So the question, how did Doug Pederson avoid the Jaguars' pink slip the day after the blowout loss to the Lions? That is the question. I've got notarized, GPS, and direct deposit. We will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make a protein snack, which I have a bunch of them in front of me. There's a lot of protein snacks in front of me that Lorena got, and then she gave me some of the protein snacks. I don't know that I need protein snacks in my life, but I have them. All right, so to lead off here, to answer the question again, how did Doug Pederson avoid Jacksonville giving him the pink slip? Like everything else, my theory is the Jags front office is overthinking. This is paralysis by analysis, and that is why they are holding off the immediate dismissal of Doug Pederson. But there is no reason to keep him. He's not going to be the coach next year. He's not going to be the coach. He is radioactive at this point, Doug Pederson. And for at least a little while, a very short amount of time, we believe Doug Pederson has a court-ordered temporary stay of execution. Now, the Jags are into their bye week, so you could fire him today. You could fire him tomorrow. You could fire him the next day. But at some point, you'd think that move is going to come down, right? That move is going to come down. He'll be poleaxed, right? That is going to happen, and it's a matter of when, not if. It's a matter of when, not if. Now, this is a production-based business, I was told, said the wise man. Production-based business. The results have been barf bag-like in Jacksonville. Pederson overall is only a couple games under 500. But after that redonkulous start last year in 2023, Jacksonville got off to an 8-3 start. Since then, if my math is correct, I used Maller math, the Jags have played 17 games. They're 3-14. Their last 17 regular season games. More importantly, the Jaguars players, what they have done is they have notarized the removal of Pederson as coach. With their performance, they have quit on his ass. They have, right? They're not playing, whether it's, they're not good, I get that, but they're not playing hard. If you play hard, you do not give up 52 points in professional football. You don't. That is a let's get the coach fired. We don't believe in the coach performance there. And now it's up to Shad Khan, the owner, to flip the switch on the electric chair and drop Doug Pederson off at a golf course and let him golf and have a grand time. And maybe we'll get one of those no-show jobs at the NFL media arm and get paid to do nothing. All right, now furthermore, so Bill Belichick's name has entered the chat. Now, this is one of the reasons we brought this up is because there's the Belichick angle to this. There's been some buzz. Is it clickbait? That the Jaguars are interested in Bill Belichick. They want Belichick to stop playing grab ass with the Manning brothers and hanging out with Jim Gray on that Cheeseball podcast and all the other 17 jobs that he has, and then just actually go back to coaching. Are you buying or selling Jacksonville as a legit option for Bill Belichick? So at this moment of time, we do the show today. At this moment of time, I am not buying Bill Belichick in Jacksonville. It is what's known as wishful thinking. Because you got to look at this objectively. Okay, seriously. I mean, you are now Bill Belichick's advisor. I have now deputized you. Congratulations. You are Bill Belichick's advisor. You're his career advisor. He wants to coach again. You advise him to take the Jacksonville job. Let's say that Duval County, they're hallucinating about Bill Belichick. They're dreaming about Bill Belichick. You're the advisor. You look around the NFL. Do you take the job? Let's say it's offered. Let's say the Jacks, we want you to be the coach, and we'd love that, and we will pay you a fair amount of money, and we want you to coach the team. Belichick is going to have multiple opportunities open up. Now, not everyone's going to want Belichick. He's an acquired taste, even though he's the all-time greatest coach in the NFL and all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. People will say it's really Tom Brady. They'll say he's too old. They'll say this, that, and the other thing. So not everyone's going to want him. But there will be multiple teams that are interested in Bill Belichick based on his resume from the Patriots. So you're going to have more than one opportunity. If you look at the GPS, Jacksonville is the Bermuda Triangle. It is. That is where NFL dreams go to die. That is where, if you're a free agent, you go there just to get money, but not to play football anymore, just to embezzle money. Okay, that's what you do. And so if you're Belichick, why would you even bother? Now, you don't say completely no, but where would Belichick rather go? Well, that's obvious. The Giants are at the very top. Now, the Giants don't have a quarterback. They just benched Daniel Jones. I'm pretty sure Belichick doesn't want to come back to coach Tommy Cutlets. That would give him PTSD from Mac Jones. Very similar type players. The Jets' job's already open. That's not a total no, but you're going to have to pay a premium. You're going to have to pay more money situation. The Cowboys' job will likely be open. And from a purely simple talk radio standpoint, I've got 5 shows a week and 3 podcasts, and during football season, a TV show to worry about. I got a lot of content, and I need Bill Belichick somewhere. In Dallas, that would be great. Man, would that be good for me in my business. I would love that. So I'd support that. The job that Belichick should want is the Cincinnati Bengal job. That's the job Belichick should want. You've got Joe Burrow. I know we had the guy call up, my guy from Houston who called in. He's in the mortgage business, who called last hour, who's a Bengals fan. And he's a long-suffering Bengal fan and all that because his parents tossed him into a Bengal T-shirt in 1989 when they were in the Super Bowl with Boomer Esiason, and his entire life has been sullied by that. But if you're Bill Belichick, why would you not want that job? He's already worked with a cheap owner. Robert Kraft's a tightwad owner in New England, and he succeeded there. Now, he had the great quarterback, but you would argue that Joe Burrow is, in this era, a top 5 quarterback. He's not Mahomes. He's not at the very top, but he's in the conversation having a statistical dominant year. If you can fix the defense, get some good special teams there, why would the Bengals not win 10 or 11 games minimum every year? 10-7 is not that good. 10-7 is okay, but win 11, win 12 games with Burrow and a halfway decent defense. So that's the job Belichick should want. All right, now, last thing here. To the broadcast world we go, because the NFL has issued a prepared statement saying that they, quote, still have confidence. They still have confidence in Netflix and their ability to not suck at a time you cannot suck. That they can actually deliver on the NFL broadcast, because Netflix is in the NFL business now, On Christmas, the Chiefs play the Steelers, and the Ravens play the Texans on Christmas Day, and those two games will be broadcast by Netflix. That is correct. The same Netflix that had slowdowns and power outages here, there, and everywhere. There was that grainy video from the Mike Tyson fight, if you want to call it that. Mike Tyson landed 18 punches in 8 rounds. Do you know that? 18 punches in 8 rounds. Anyway, the Jake Paul-Mike Tyson fight. So, we are told, despite that public statement, that privately the NFL, at least internally, has major concerns about Netflix, that they don't know what they're doing, the technical issues and all that. We are a little over 35 days, below 40, between 35 and 40 days before Christmas and that broadcast. So, the question, your thoughts on the NFL, you have the public statement saying that they have confidence in Netflix. You have the private reporting saying that there is widespread concern internally about Netflix broadcasting NFL games. So my thoughts on this, file this one under the window dressing department. I have this as window dressing. The NFL wants to give you the illusion, it's an illusion, that they're worried about customer service. Spoiler alert, they're not. They're not worried about that at all, right? In reality, this is just optics. And the NFL's really covered themselves because publicly they've said, we fully support Netflix. Privately, they've said we don't support them. So one of those two things will be accurate. Like either supporting them because they'll do a good job is accurate, or ripping them privately because they won't do a good job, that is accurate. But one of those two things will be accurate. One of those two things will be correct. But it's just for optics. And the reason it's just for optics, saying that they're concerned, is it's not about that. It's about money, money, money. That's right. Direct deposit. That's what it's about here. And Netflix, they've got the biggest pockets around. They don't have quite the Saudi wellness fund level of money, but they got a lot, right? Every month you're paying for your Netflix, right? You got that. That's on your list. Maybe you rotate your streaming. You might have the Netflix, the Hulu, the Disney stuff. Personally, my favorite's Peacock, but whatever you have, right? Normally, Netflix is like the anchor in that, and you rotate the other ones through. That's what my friends in my circle do. I don't know how you operate. Maybe you just buy them all. But the point is Netflix is essentially, okay, so they're making that money month after month after month. They've got money to burn. So the NFL has to use kid gloves here. All these sports leagues, to them, the next frontier is the streaming. So that's where this thing's going. It's already there, but it's going to be many more games. Most of the games, if not all of them, eventually will be on the streaming services. And so that's where it's headed. So they can't piss off Netflix, because they need to have that relationship, because that's going to be one of the big-time players as the landscape changes in the coming years that we have here. Plus, the NFL, I mentioned direct deposit. The NFL sold 2 Christmas games for $75 million each. That is $150 million. $150 million. That covers all the buffering, the lagging, the pixelated video, all of that. And if you complain, the NFL will say, we feel your agony. By the way, we're going to buy another couple of Bentleys is what we're going to buy.